Hi everyone, it's James here from the studio at Jivey Talks Tech, and it's confession time, boys and girls. I am wearing two hats at this show. For the first couple of days, I'm not sure.
Two badges. Yeah.
Two badges.
Is that legal?
Jivey 2 badges.
Jivey 2 badges. Oh,
it
right.
is now. I'm working with these guys. This is a very, very exciting moment. We've been putting this thing together for about the last 3 years.
About that, yeah.
And we made a thing. We have a thing. I'm joined by technically my boss, but also a very...
Can anybody control you, James?
No, not really. A very, very, very long-term friend, Mr. Bruce Davison from NAMM Audio.
Welcome. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon. Good morning. Is it morning yet? I don't know. It's still afternoon. I don't know.
This is the thing. This is our brand spanking new lovely microphone, the NAMM Audio Inspire. Now, this is the first time I've ever been involved with a product from the ground up. From, let's do a thing. What should we do? Let's make a microphone. Let's do it different. Let's do some cool things. There's some really amazing tech in this thing, which I think between the two of us, we can probably bore the hind legs off a donkey with.
Yeah, it's definitely one for a bar that if you're interested in being at a bar with two people talking about pro audio gear all day. Which many of you will be, I'm sure.
Hopefully so. So there are two mics. This is the Inspire, the flagship at the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
Who knows what may happen in future developments.
Yep.
And it's very, very cool. Yes, it is a large diaphragm condenser microphone, but it's kind of the KSP, if you will, is this little button here, transformer or electronic. What does that mean, Bruce?
Well, you can either have a transformer output or an electronic output. Never really been done before in any microphone, James. It's been a long development process, as we said, but we wanted to make something that was a little bit different to everybody else, and we wanted to do something that nobody had done before. And microphones out there in the market, they generally have, it's a Bormler stick, basically. We looked at the whole thing of what we can do that's different from the design, working with a really top German design company, design things for Audi, BMW, lots of other people talk about, which we can't talk about. There's a lot of that in this industry, isn't there?
There's an awful lot of that.
Why? I wonder why. Because we're all musicians as well. But anyway, but we've done a lot of things. But one of the cool features, one of the cool designers that worked in our electronics department came up with was this thing that it's not possible.
It's not possible. Now, why would we do this? But quite frankly, it's down to taste and down to sound. A transformer output tends to be richer, chewier.
I'd say so. I mean, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo, to be fair, and in some respects, when you got your track mix, can you notice the difference? Yeah, you can. I think for certain things, I would never probably, if I was doing it, I wouldn't usually use for things like fast acoustic guitars. If you're doing that, I would never really use a transformer bass. They're a little bit more sluggish. Transformers tend to add a little bit of distortion, actually. Yeah. They're fantastic. You can get uber clean transformers now, but it adds a little bit of flavour and it can sort of gently soften in a totally different way than EQ can, for example.
Great for a vocal, great for a rock vocal, great for guitar, like distorted electric guitars.
Brass sections.
Brass horns, that sort of thing. Whereas for something like drum overheads or acoustic guitar, the electronically balanced version is the way forward.
It does make a totally different tone.
We've got control on here as well, so we've got two pads, minus 10 dB pad and a minus 20, so if things start to get too hot for you, you can bring them down.
There's actually a level indicator in here as well. Again, a lot of people don't know when you're using a mic like this, or any studio mic, it depends on your preamp. If your preamp is not necessarily at the top of the game, and even some top of the game preamps cannot handle what this thing can output. It actually has 140 dB plus. With the pads on, it's even more. But we're not supposed. Our engineers saying don't talk about that because no one will believe you. But it is so quiet and so powerful in terms of the actual in terms of the electronics inside this thing. So the pads are there with the LED. So when it gets to about 137, we're thinking maybe 127,
which is
loud,
really loud.
It will flash orange and then it will show. And the idea of that is to catch those peaks when you're recording, rather than you can't see them on your level meter on your mic pre. Yeah. So you know that when you need to do the pad on here. So that's kind of what that was for. Really.
We also have low frequency roll off, so filters at 80 and 100.
And it's a gentle roll off at around about 110.
Yep. Which is fairly normal stuff for condenser microphones.
Yeah.
Now this is a dual diaphragm version. We have the Essence, which is a single diaphragm version, which means we can have multiple
No, probably not.
multiple polar patterns. Great for recording in different environments, different setups. There are some engineers who love recording in omnidirectional, meaning the mic is equally sensitive all the way around. Most of the time, you'll probably find yourself recording in a cardioid pickup pattern. But if we want to, we can change the pattern, and you'll see the little figure of 8 is currently flashing. Tell us what it's doing, Bruce.
Well, when you change the position, the voltages around the capsule, they actually need to stabilise, so everything is stable. Yeah, it stopped flashing. So, but when you're, excuse me, NAMM froze already. But when you're actually changing and you're going a check, 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 you don't know if the microphone is actually ready to go. So when you are changing your polar pattern, you'll see now we've gone out of the figure 8, which actually uses a totally different voltage to the way it goes to the capsule. It's just an easy check to see that everything's okay, we're ready to go, now's the time to actually check and see what the sound signature should be for you.
So, other cool stuff. This thing's, Bruce, myself, the whole team, we're all musicians.
Yeah.
All right, drummer and
Drummer.
Moving on. We came at this trying to think about it from a very muso point of view. How do people actually use these things in the studio? And one of the things is, as a self-shooter, as a vocalist, you maybe want to have the controls in front of you. But as soon as you put this thing in front of a guitar cabinet, you've got no control. So because we have a genuinely balanced dual diaphragm system here, we can actually have a microphone which doesn't have a polarized front and back.
I mean, obviously, no thing is ever 100%, because they're handmade capsules. So the capsules in the devices, they never will be 1 billion% accurate, but they're pretty damn close, and 99% of people, I don't think, will never notice.
So in this setting, back means
back.
It's now sensitive from
This direction.
this side, and you can put it up against the guitar cabinet and make the changes that you need to make, which is great. We can go to the front mode, and now we can sensitive.
Wait for the light to go out. There you go.
Now we have sensitive from the front, which is great. A few other cool things that we've built in. Now we know how much people love pressing buttons and tweaking stuff. So we've built in a lock, meaning.
So it should go now. There you go. Now it's locked in. Or it's locked.
Yep.
Now you shouldn't be able to touch any of the buttons.
I can't tweak it. I can't break it, which is handy.
What's that fiddling syndrome for people if you're recording other people?
There we go.
And now you should be able to operate the buttons in theory.
Yep, which is good.
It works.
We also have, obviously, there's a lot going on in here. I think there's 3 boards, isn't it? There's 3 separate.
Well, there's actually 4.
4 boards.
4. There's actually a high Z board in there as well. I'm not giving too much away. That's why it's so quiet, actually, because we separated everything.
It's incredibly quiet. That's one of the lovely things about using it in real life. But sometimes you don't necessarily want all these LEDs on getting in the way, or you maybe want them a little bit dimmer.
There you are. Now they're going dim. Now it's off.
And now it's off.
So, and then it'll store it, and now it's here. And then the LED will go out, and then it's complete. It's almost the invisible microphone. Great for a video, actually, if you're filming something. You know it's all on, and if you do an adjustment, it'll then pop back up, and then that will disappear. So obviously, we're now going to transformer mode, and it's out.
Yep.
If I want to turn it back on again, you literally just hold the button. Good timing. And now we're back again, and it'll store. And it stores that setting as well. Even if you have it unpowered, months. Not that you will, because you'll be using it every day.
So, Inspire is very, very cool because it comes as part of a 3-part package. The microphone, the amazing shock mount, which we'll talk about in a minute, but you also get the magnetic pop filter, which works in reverse, which is very cool. But the shock mount, I mean, I think it's fairly safe to say a lot of hours of debate.
Many hours of debate, actually.
Went into this baby. But we can actually tweak the shock mount and move it through
190 degrees.
So if you're setting up your drum overheads, you can create some really crazy positioning and get it absolutely where you want it, which is great.
It's good also, another thing that's quite useful, you're the engineer, right? Allegedly. You're the engineer. He's got a nice studio, a very nice desk. Nice monitors, can I have them back?
No.
So, that's the normal thing. But you're the engineer, you need to see the peak LED lights, and now you just do this. I'm the singer. If you put it in the right mode,
now you're in back mode.
Wait for it to stop flashing, And then now I'm actually recording from the front. I don't know what mode I'm in, and it's not. I'm the signal, I'm the talent, if you like. I don't need to see the LEDs in the way or whatever, but you can see if something's not right as the engineer.
So we don't normally talk that much about price on
No.
our channel because,
No.
quite frankly, we don't really care.
There's one little feature you missed though, mate.
What's that? What have I
It's
missed?
this. So a lot of shop mounts also, they can be extremely fiddly. I'm talking some of them have screws on the bottom.
Some of them have, yeah.
Interesting thing, some of them slip. You'll know where that can happen. To get it in and out, it's just that. It's literally, that's it, and it's in.
Yeah.
Simple to use, really dead simple to use, and you can position it in any position. It's so simple to actually get it in exactly the right spot for where you want it.
We
Sorry,
are
carry on.
so excited about this thing.
I have to say, it's probably been, I think, maybe 3 years of a lot of hard grafts gone into a very big team of great microphone people. We've always wanted to do stuff. We've done it for other people. Let's do it for ourselves. That's the point.
I'm so excited to get some of these into the studio for you to see and hear in real life.
Yeah.
Price-wise, it is important. I mean, people go on about how the microphone world is very crowded. Inspire with the mic, the shock mount, and the pop filter is $699.
US map.
US.
Yeah.
And
Have to say that.
Essence is $499. Doesn't come with the shock mount. It doesn't come with the pop
And
filter.
they're made in Germany. Made in Berlin.
Made in Berlin.
Yep.
You will be seeing a lot of these microphones. I will be have some in the studio very soon. You'll see a lot of them and hear them, and hopefully you will, quite frankly, fall in love with them as much as I have. It was a very emotional day when we plugged them in for the first time.
Yes, these are actually alpha prototypes. So when you build a company and you do a new brand, sometimes you get a little few challenges along the way, but the development is all there. The mics sound great, the cases, everything works. The finish isn't quite what we want yet, but they will be slightly different when we get there. But yes, these were actually hand-built last week in Germany, and we made 10 of them, and they all worked straight out the gate, which is fantastic. And actually, we've all been working on lots of prototypes. There's lots of stuff you can read on the website, all about the development process.
We'll put all the links into the stuff. Bruce, it's been a journey. Mate. It's been a challenge.
It's been fun. There's lots of Zoom.
Lots of Zoom.
We did this in the pandemic as well, so lots of Zoom. But thank you.
We've got plenty more stuff coming from the show. Paul's running around like a lunatic collecting footage and content for you to come from NAMM 2024. But for now, all the way from sunny, actually, Anaheim, California, my name's James Ivey from TSR Jivey Talks Tech, and we will see you again very soon.